Hello everyone. Welcome back to the series on Google Cloud Compute Engine. In the previous parts, we explored launching instances, configuring them, and diving into some essential storage options. Today, we will tackle images, snapshots, and how they fit into your cloud strategy. First, we will understand what an image is and why it's important. Then, we will classify different types of images based on their format and content. After that, we will uncover the key features that make an image compelling. Next, we will introduce the concept of a snapshot and its unique characteristics. Finally, we will compare images and snapshots to understand their differences. Let's get started with an image. Just like a blueprint defines the structure of a house, an image defines the configuration of a virtual machine. In Google Cloud's compute engine, an image is a pre-configured virtual machine template used to create a VM instances. It includes a bootloader, an operating system, and a root file system in a single unit, providing the foundational software and configurations needed to deploy and run applications. Images can be public, provided by Google, or private, created and maintained by the user. They support various operating systems like Linux and Windows, enabling flexibility in environments and use cases. There are two main types of images in Compute Engine. Public images. These are pre-built images provided by Google, open source communities, or third-party vendors. They are like ready-to-go templates for popular operating systems like Ubuntu, CentOS, or Windows Server. Anyone with a Google Cloud project can use them. Custom images. Want something more tailored? Create a custom image. You can base it on an existing boot disk or another image in your project based on the already created instances. This gives you full control to install specific software or configure settings exactly how you need them. So there you have it. Images are the foundation for creating virtual machines in Google Compute Engine. Understanding the difference between public and custom images will help you choose the right starting point for your projects. Now, let's explore some key features of images. First, created instances quickly. Images accelerate the deployment process. You can create multiple VM instances from a single image with just a few clicks, saving time and effort. Second, consistent environments. Images ensure that your applications run consistently across different VM instances. This helps in testing, debugging, and maintaining your infrastructure. Third, cost effective. By using images, you can avoid reinstalling software and configurations on each new VM, reducing overall costs. Fourth, disaster recovery. Images serve as backups of your VM instances. In case of failures, you can restore your environment from an image. Fifth, version control. You can create multiple versions of your image to track changes and revert to previous states if needed. Images are a fundamental building block in Google Compute Engine. By understanding their features and best practices, you can streamline your deployment process, improve consistency, and enhance the overall efficiency of your cloud infrastructure. Now, let's go through the demo. But before we begin, make sure you have a running VM instance on Google Cloud, permission to create manage images, billing enabled for your project. Step 1. Let's head over to the Compute Engine section in the Google Cloud Console. On the left-hand menu, you will see an option called Images. Click on that. Step 2. Now at the top of the screen, click on Create Image. This opens up a template where you can fill in all the necessary details for your new image. Step 3. Start by giving your image a name. For example, I am naming mine Thinknyx_image. Make sure to choose a descriptive name to avoid confusion later on. Step 4. Under the source section, you will need to select the VM instance you want to use as the base for your image. This is essentially the machine configuration you want to save. If needed, you can configure encryption and storage location settings here. However, in most cases, the default options will work just fine. Once everything looks good, hit the Create button. Google Cloud will take a few minutes to process and create your image. And that's it. Your image is now ready and will appear in the list. You can use this image to create new VM instances whenever you need. Now, let's talk about a snapshot. Imagine your virtual machine as a house. It contains all your data, applications, and settings. Now imagine taking a picture of that house at a specific moment in time. That's essentially what a snapshot does for your VM. Snapshots in Google Compute Engine are point-in-time copies of your persistent disk. They serve as backups, allowing you to restore your disk to a previous state in a case of data loss or corruption. Snapshots are incremental, meaning only changed data is stored after the initial snapshot, saving storage costs. You can create snapshots manually or scheduled automatic backups for added protection. Let's explore some of the key features that make snapshots so awesome. First, incremental backups. Snapshots don't copy the entire disk every time. They only capture the changes made since the last snapshot. This saves you time and storage space. Second, scheduling. Google Cloud Platform allows you to schedule automatic snapshot creation, ensuring regular backups without manual intervention. Third, geo-redundancy. Your snapshots are stored in multiple locations for added protection against data loss. Fourth, create from running disks. You can create snapshots even while your disk is attached to a running instance. No need to shut down your VMs. Fifth, global resource. Snapshots are global resources, meaning you can use them to restore data to any region or zone within your project. Sixth, cost effective. Snapshots are generally cheaper to create and store than disk images, making them a great option for regular backups. By understanding their key features and benefits, you can leverage snapshots to build a reliable and resilient infrastructure. Now, let's move to the demo. Let's head over to the Compute Engine section in the Google Cloud Console. Then, select Snapshots from the submenu. On the Snapshots page, you will see an option to create snapshot. Click on it. This will open a new window where we will configure the snapshot. Here, you will need to provide some details. First, name. Enter a name Thinknyx_snapshot for your snapshot. Make it descriptive so you can easily identify it later. Second, source disk. Select the disk you want to create a snapshot of. This could be a boot disk or a data disk. Third, location. Choose whether you want the snapshot to be stored in a multi-region, regional, or zonal location. For most use cases, the default regional setting works fine. You can also configure advanced settings if needed. For example, you can enable labels to organize your snapshots or select storage options like standard or archive for cost management. Once you have filled out all the required fields, click Create. Google Cloud will now start creating your snapshot. depending on the size of your disk. This process might take a few minutes. After the snapshot is created, you will see it listed on the snapshots page. You can check its status, size, and other details here. And that's it. You have successfully created a snapshot in Google Cloud. Now, we are diving into Google Cloud Compute Engine to understand the difference between images and snapshots. These two terms might sound similar, but they serve completely different purposes in managing your virtual machines. So, let's break it down. Let's start with the most basic difference, their purpose. An image is like a blueprint for creating new instances. It's a static template that includes your operating system, applications, and configurations. You can use it to create multiple identical instances. On the other hand, a snapshot is like a photo of your disk at a specific moment in time. It's a backup of your data and you use it to restore your disk to that previous state. It's like saving a game. You can go back to that exact point. Scheduling. Both images and snapshots can be created manually, giving you full control over the process, but snapshots have the option for automated scheduling. You can set up recurring snapshots to protect your data. Reusability. Images are highly reusable. Once you have an image, you can create countless instances from it. This is perfect for deploying large-scale applications or creating identical development environments. Snapshots are less reusable in the traditional sense. They are primarily used for restoring a disk to a previous state or creating a new disk based on that snapshot. However, you can create an image from a snapshot if needed. Cost effectiveness. Images tend to be more expensive than snapshots. Creating and storing an image can be costly, especially if it's large. Snapshots are generally more cost effective. They are typically smaller in size and only capture changes made to the disk and don't copy the entire disk every time. So, storage costs are lower. Use cases. So, when should you use each one? You would use an image when you want to create multiple identical instances quickly. For example, if you are deploying a new web application, you can create multiple instances from the same image. A snapshot is perfect for backups and disaster recovery. If your instances crashes, you can restore it to a previous state using a snapshot. We have covered a lot today. We learned about the different types of images, their key features, and the special characteristics of snapshots. Remember, images have the power to inspire, inform, and entertain. So the next time you look at an image, pay attention to its detail and story it tells.